Back in the day, way back in the past, we engaged with our government officials through press conferences, television, and appearances as well as campaigns. Digital media, YouTube, which for the purpose of this Work Wednesday today will incorporate both public relations as well as social media, as both connect people for the purpose of informing us, and both are viable positions posted on usajobs.gov. Today, we're going to show and tell skills needed a little differently this time. I'm going to provide you an emphasis on what is important to you and I as citizens, as well as job seekers. Working on those brain muscles this time for sure. Both social media and public relations are used to educate, and when used by the federal government, you're providing a means to help us understand the government's work and their services, as well as promote cooperation across the government. These two professions are critical in an effort to connect internal, as I've said, as well as external audiences, as traditionally they're gridlocked based on their geographic location or political affiliation. I encourage you to watch all the way to the end throughout the video. I'm sharing with you the depth of knowledge I acquired through my research, as well as keywords and sentences you will benefit from. Now, you know I don't want to bore you to death, but I'm definitely not going to sing and dance. However, I am going to provide you with information on the slides that is for your direct use. Watch, take the time to listen, pause, and write down what may be of use to you. And for all that effort, please hit that like button and be sure to subscribe and share with others. The goal is to grow my channel so that more smart people can benefit from it and find themselves the opportunity that may await them within the federal government. Social media puts a face to a very bureaucratic federal agency, and it's a bright and friendly face that it can ultimately expand a government's outreach capabilities. Unbeknownst to me, I didn't even know there were positions specifically for social media engagement, but indeed there are, and I'm using some of their expectations right within my slides that I'm providing you with today. In this very video, I'm developing and carrying out aspects of what for me is a strategic communication plan to engage you, my public, and encourage your involvement. What I was most particularly struck by is the order of qualifications, which compelled me to dig a little bit deeper to present a career path for you. When you've been looking at job descriptions as long as I have, you pick up on subtle shifts quite easily. For the social media position I've listed on my slide, the first expectation for specialized experience was, as you can see, 1 year of specialized experience, which includes anything new and innovative tools, programs, systems, softwares, and social media industry trends to maintain an organization's currency, which is just a highfalutin way of saying their value, and relevance with social media efforts and strategies. And it goes on to say, creating multimedia tools on various social media platforms to promote brand, product, and yes, YouTube is one of them, as well as Facebook. Now, at the time that I've created this particular video, I've been on YouTube for several months. I'm certain in time, as it goes on, I'll develop marketing campaigns for increased use of technologies or services. Why? Because practice makes perfect, and over time, I'm going to be doing exactly for myself what I'll support in others on their channels. The proof will be in the analytics that are readily available on the back end of the Content Creator Studio. Now, clearly, I am Team YouTube. And if you're not, and sitting on the sidelines, this information should spark your dairy hair on fire. And heads up, there will be another video that I'll be putting out in hope to set you ablaze so that you want to subscribe and not miss it. Because as I pointed out with Kim Kardashian, remaining relevant, as well as many references that I've made to stretching yourself and creating experiences, there are many ways to level up your qualifications. And based on the fact that specialized experience precedes that of education, be it a bachelor's or master's degree, there are skills right in the palm of your hand that could create a pivotal shift in your life. The secondary and third options, the or, are education, aka a degree, or a combination of the two. As I interpret specialized experience in this field, it has a greater value than education. However, that is not to minimize the value of education. I spent quite a lot of money in this system as well, and I'm still in it. No one would hold not acquiring a degree from Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, or Ted Turner, and others. Millionaires, billionaires, innovators. Social media is an excellent example. How technology is changing rapidly, and how we communicate and create and inform one another is in the hands of so many. Those that have the sincere passion and interest in social media are truly the experts in the field, irrespective of your degree or age. Every single video that you create is very much preparing a speech and delivering it in an effort to further your objectives with your public, which are your viewers. When we are engaged as citizens, we become more likewise engaged in our democracy. As I've said, social media is what? An engagement. When the two are combined, an inquisitive and invested citizen is developed and planted in the government. We become more engaged in a more personalized way when we participate in it. Now, I have yet to purchase advertising space or time in order to promote my channel, but I have watched a video or two on it, and it's just a matter of time as I perfect my skills that I'll do so in an attempt to reach a broader audience. Once I learn it, can I teach it? Of course I can. When we see images of our own likeness engaged in a profession, I'm exposed to yet another possibility that I too might participate in. In other words, you gotta see it to be it. I work for the federal government, and I'm exposing you to how you too can work for the federal government, all on my own. And even if you don't look like me or disabled like me, you gotta be smart like me. And there is where, my friends, you seeing me, that's right, here on YouTube, social media has helped you. Social media can benefit the government agencies, but it also is one of the best ways to attack conspiracy theories and disinformation campaigns. I don't believe I had ever heard or used the word disinformation until just a few years ago, but it's been happening to us for a very long time. According to a survey conducted by the Associated Press, 70% of adults rely on social media for government information, at least once a week, but only 11% actually trust social media to provide it, which means there is a great deal of work the government has got to do. I believe that social media inevitably will alter the power relationships between conventional institutions, such as I said, were back in my day, press, radio, and television, and take it away from those political elites and give each one of us opportunities to circumvent their common practices of filtering and gatekeeping our information. You have to watch my video where I talk about spam. You have to watch my video where I'm talking about spam in a way in which I'm really saying the devil is in the details, and I show you where it is, even with some misinformation on USA Jobs itself. The videos that I provide to you that are called proof. In order for me to grow, I must study the objectives and promotional policies of other channels to determine what the needs are for me to develop a public relations strategy that will influence public opinion, that's yours, promote ideas and products, and services that Easy Federal Resume will bring to you. Should I choose to likewise create a website or other forms of social media over time, there too, I will need to update and maintain content posted. In the last few years, many local governments have adopted digital communication tools. In fact, the latest e-government global survey highlighted a number of agencies having a presence in social media. The use of digital platforms by local governments has opened new communication channels with the public, which resulted in new jobs titled Social Media Specialist, which, as we see, is in addition to Public Relations Specialist. Woo! I'm so dramatic. I put on a lot of work to this point. I've used keywords and sentences. Did you capture your knowledge, skills, and ability? Not in bullets. Create paragraphs by intertwining your work experiences. If you stayed with me this long, let me tell you why all of this is important to you. 1, because you are truly interested in what I've had to share, and you should be. This is your country, and it very well may be your career. I've just pointed out to you a field that is wide open, irrespective of your education level. And I've told you why it's important. You can understand and well articulate why it is now. But if you can't support it on your resume with those knowledge, skills, and ability, it's time for you to wait for it, create your own channel. Create your own work experience and put yourself in a position to put your foot in the door. Use those lists I provided along the way as a roadmap to define the areas that you can learn on your own. Thousands upon thousands of creators on YouTube are doing those tasks daily all over the world, part-time or full-time. Every minute, more than 500 hours of new content is uploaded into YouTube. Smart people, make one of those moments yours. Then share with us your YouTube channel. I've already created 5,000 characters right here for you. When your specialized year of experience has been achieved, I say go for it. Bye for now.